We've released about 2 months ago, so we've made lots of changes based on feedback of, well, thousands of players. Today we're playing version 1.6, so let's jump right in. What kind of difficulty will we play today? I love my islands being a bit larger. For the rest, it's all fine, so let's jump in right away. And well, the different governors have some different advantages. I basically like this construction time. It speeds up the game a bit. I like that. Alright, controls, game speed. Yeah, so this is the market. From here I can hire new workers. So at the start I'm supposed to hire 20. And they would like to get some fish. So in the zone menu, you can build a fisher. And then, it shows me to build it close to the harbor. Actually, I like to build it on this lake. So the fish will be brought to the market from there. So some required items, fishing rod. Let's build 2. Of course, a live buoy. You don't want to drown in this little lake. And a barrel to put the fish in. Worker. That will do. Alright, yeah, so the game is built based on building zones. So I have my fisher zone, and I'm going to build plenty more. You have mandatory objects that you have to build, assign a worker, and then, Rachel will be fishing here. That's nice. And when she's done, a fish should appear. That's then brought to the barrel, brought to the market, and people can eat it from there. Nice. Alright, so that was a start. As you can see, I have quite a large island. So we're gonna build lots of things, and to do that, we first need some construction materials. So let's start with a woodcutter zone. Yeah, let's just make it a large one. Oh, didn't wanna have it on the other side of the river. Alright, assign a worker, and then the worker will start planting new trees, and they'll start cutting down trees, and then we get some logs. To process those, I'm going to build a sawmill. I'd like to build those a little larger, so I can so I have the option to build multiple saw tables and basically get my construction materials faster. Put some doors so people can get in and out. Yeah, a couple saw tables. These crates are used for input, so they'll bring logs there. And they'll put it into these wood containers. Yeah, also building them in front of the door. It's not aesthetically the nicest, but it doesn't really matter. The workers won't mind. Now, as soon as I would assign a worker here, then it's detracted from the free available workforce. So I'm just going to wait a bit until this building is completed. Let me turn off that autosave for a bit. That's a bit annoying. Yeah, so as you can see, I've sped up the game a bit. You can do that top left, but I'm using the short keys for that. We're gathering the wood from here, and they'll put it in this. They'll bring it to the sawmill to construct that. I also like to build some resource deposits in other places in the island. I'm not sure when I'm gonna be here, but at some point I'll want to do construction here. So then it's nice if they don't have to bring everything over from the harbor. That's far away. Yeah, okay, I'll use this for a stone mine. We'll get that in the tutorial as well, but it's nice to plan ahead, right? If you know how the game works. So we'll build a stone mine there. This is now completed. I'll assign 2 workers. And also assign a worker to the stone mine. Yeah, the game suggests me to build a stone mine here, but I've chosen to do that here. Alright. Yeah. So as I already showed you on the top right, you can see the resource deposits. So the stone or well, coal, clay. At some point we're gonna unlock those and what kind of fertilities I have. So here I have wheat. That's nice. Apples and grapes. So no tea, no hops. So in the future we'll need different islands for that. But that's later.
Guards, take away this
is the queen.
Peasant. What? This is the new governor? Well, pleased to meet you, governor. That's quite a title for one of those greedy colonists. But
Can't imagine. We had quite some fun writing these scripts and working with a voice actress to do that. But yeah, I'll let you discover that for yourself. So basically the queen's not gonna bother me at this point, but in the future she might. Can't wait. Alright, expand the farm a bit. Let's go even larger. Yeah, so later I'll get additional crops. For now it's just this. And then there's a notification panel. So here I can see the wheat farm has some withered crops. And that's part of the tutorial, and then you'll have to remove it. Later in the game you'll get some irrigation options, so you can automate that as well. For now you have to do that manually. And yeah, before I continue with the tutorial, just want to make sure I've set up these stockpiles so that at some point in the game stone and wood is also brought there, so I have some extra piles of that. Alright, next step is building a mill and a bakery. I quite like this lake area. Let's go for a mill, and I love to build a bit future-proof, so that I'm certain it's going to be large enough for some time to come. So definitely some doors and wall. Alright, and then we'll start off with 2 mills. So again here I need these input crates still to gather wheat there, and these output crates will well, the millers will put the flour in there. Yeah, so I can prioritize jobs here. For a big area well, it doesn't really make sense because I need all the parts. So we're gonna have quite some workers at some point. Already thinking on where to build more wheat farms. Minimizing walking distances is quite a big thing in One More Island. So where possible you probably want to build close to the destination. So in this case wheat, it's easy, they only have to walk a short way to the mill. Yeah. So these ladies are working very hard on making planks. And then the mill's almost ready. So we can also think about the bakery. Now, what you could do is build it right next to the mill. That's well optimized. For aesthetic purposes, you might want to separate the buildings, have paths between them. But that's all up to you. You can design the buildings however you like. Yeah, let's go a bit smaller. You can always expand it later. Okay, I think the mill's ready. Oh, well, it's almost ready. I'll assign a worker and then they can start milling. What's it called? They can start grinding? Not sure. Also bread ovens to create to put the flour in, and some output crate to put bread in, obviously. And then a table because, well, who doesn't need a table? First wheat is harvested here, so it's a matter of time before they bring it to the mill, hopefully. And then we can start baking some bread, hire more workers, and then continue with that. So as you see, these paths are auto-generated. When tiles are visited frequently enough, you see more paths appearing. You can delete them. So you can also make them yourself. They do give a movement bonus, movement speed, so like a 10%. And later in the game, you're gonna have different types of paths, stone and brick, that will make it even faster to walk on. Yeah, so there's some flour already. Mills, the bakery is almost done. Assign a worker there as well. And then, yeah, some stockpiles. I'll probably want to expand that harbor later on. So in the zone panel, I can see all the options I have. Yeah. So there's an apple orchard, which I need to produce apples, which then gives me back cider. As you can see in the market, well, this is what my tier 1 workers consume. If they level up, they'll need more. That's also what the tutorial is trying to show me. Select the worker to see their needs. Yeah, so they have different needs, what they require. If they don't get fish, they'll die. Yeah. And if I give them cider, clothes, or bread, they'll be able to generate some research points. You can see those here, and I need those to unlock the next tier. So before I continue building the research center, I want to build that apple orchard. Those trees take some time to grow. Yeah, let's. Alright, so someone can start working on that. We have some bread already? Yeah, so we can hire more workers. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, so I'm always spending these extra workers right away on my bread production. So that seems like I won't have any idle workers left, and that's almost true. But if I have this food production, these basics in order, I can simply hire more. Yeah, so we can simply hire more. So then I have that set. Okay. Let's go for the research center. So the research center needs raw materials as well. So this is a bit of a poor spot because then they have to walk all the way around it. But, well, we can build a bridge later, I guess. Yeah, let's do it here. It's a bit further away now, but I don't like everything being so crowded. So they'll need a research map, and later on higher tiers they're gonna need additional things, of course, but I still need to unlock those. As you see, I'm building multiple input crates. That's not necessary, but it spawns more jobs, so more workers can bring stuff to the research center at the same time. And now I can hire a bunch more workers because I have some bread. As you see, I'm also gathering some research points now. Yeah, but how that works, I'll show you that in a minute. Yeah, so we have some farms, apple orchard, planted some trees in a very weird way though. Remove that part, add some here. Well, it doesn't matter that much. And with the research center being completed, if that's done, we can also build a cidery close. So again, as I said, try to build close to your production area. That's also what I'm doing here. So they'll bring in the apples, They'll make cider of it. Then your workers can consume that.